You can say whatever you want, but the statistics don't lie. We know that if you raise the minimum wage, 2/3 of people in this country on the minimum wage are women. They need that help. We know that there is assault on women's health care rights from this administration, things like that.
Jess, please, I hate this selective feminism that we hear on the left all the time, okay? Well, don't make this a feminism issue, because it's not a feminism issue.
But it is,
when you're going out and attacking women, you're not, I'm not done, okay? When you're going out and attacking women, you are not a feminist. This is not defensible whatsoever. And you sit here and you say this because you care about mothers. The basis of this is that people are upset that illegal immigrants are being separated from their mothers. Why don't you refocus some of that energy to the Black community? They've been having their families separated. In fact, it's subsidized in the Black community. You appreciate single motherhood. You are giving more money to families for fatherless absence. So all of this selective fake outrage, when you guys do not have the same defenses for the Black community, is really lost on me. And it's time's up on this altogether. I think the Black community has had enough of you guys being selectively outraged for parents of illegal immigrants, but not for the parents of the Black community who have been separated from their family for about 6 decades.
All right, and ladies, I just want to point out, ladies, I just want to point out, let's keep this civil. As I opened up this segment, there is already so much hate, indecency in this country. So let's just keep this debate a debate and keep it civil. Jessica, your response.
I believe I was keeping it civil, and then Candace told me that I wasn't a feminist. I also believe that Candace doesn't speak for the entire.
You weren't. I
said
the
left.
You
actually
ladies, Jessica.
I said the left. I didn't say you, Jessica. So don't make it personal. I said the left. It's selective feminism on the left that we're seeing.
I disagree with you, and I'm going to do that politely. I'm going to return to my original argument, which is that we have heard this for years, that Kellyanne Conway, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and all the women who work for this president and support his agenda aren't getting their due. They're not getting their due from the feminist community because they are advocating for policies that hurt women, that keep them in a bad economic position, that don't allow them to live equally in this society.
Can I deny the wage. Jessica?
Yes.
Same for the Black women. Same for Black women in this
Do you
society.
think that Kirstjen Nielsen should be harassed because of her position and because of what is going on with immigration? Do you think because of that she deserves to be treated the way that she does? She was essentially forced out of a Mexican restaurant, protesters in there. You may disagree with her, but do you think the way she's been treated is fair?
I think that what Kirstjen Nielsen did in initially coming out and lying about what this president's policy did, then having to backtrack on it, puts her in a very tenuous position.
That wasn't my question, though.
I think that people should have civil conversations about it and certainly have every right as a public official to come up to her table and to call her out on her lies and this administration's lies. If she wants to leave because of it, that's on her. But she should be open to that dialogue with the American public who is dissatisfied.
God bless Candace Owens here. Okay, she's absolutely right. The left is so selective with their feminism, and I love that this woman wants to bring up that 2/3 of minimum wage workers are women, and then not address that most of the people graduating college are women. Women have a higher chance of getting into and graduating college than boys. Let's not talk about that then. She wants to talk about women being paid less, but they don't want to chat about the differences in jobs that women choose. Women historically, especially in the most egalitarian societies, choose the most different fields of work. For example, women tend to choose more nurturing careers like being a nurse or a teacher, and those just don't pay as well, especially when you compare them to the high-risk jobs that women really don't want to do, like being an electrician, a plumber, any high-risk jobs like construction, even things as simple as being a garbage man. That's too dirty for women. But guess what? They make an honest living. Going to a trade school, you're better off financially sometimes than those who go to med school. But we don't want to tell women that. No, we only want to complain when women aren't in the C-suite executive level positions for this performative feminism. We don't actually want women, or most people, to be more financially stable, because otherwise we'd be considering trade schools more, encouraging trade schools more. But no, we'd rather they graduate college at a higher rate, with higher debt, with these ridiculous jobs like gender studies degrees that don't do anything. Totally useless. So, God bless Candace Owens here. But another thing, they refuse to talk about so many other issues that women face. Take abortion, for example. We want to talk about how abortions are women's rights and whether or not you agree with that. Nobody wants to talk about how bad abortion is for women. Nobody wants to talk about the high percentage of women who are placed on psychiatric medications despite having zero history of mental illness after an abortion. Nobody wants to talk about the high percentage of women who report getting an abortion to make someone else happy. Nobody wants to talk about the high percentage of women who get abortions and said they felt coerced or pressured by a partner. They don't actually care about women. They care about this forced diversity and equality. They don't care about us being happy because despite us being more equal than ever, there is a paradox of declining female happiness. We are more unhappy than ever. And nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about how disproportionately that the sexual revolution benefited men versus women. No, instead we're still pushing this on women that the sexual revolution is the bastion of freedom. Okay, I'm done.